I'm making this a small video because many of the aspirants, especially the new ones, have a lot of problem to decide what to study, what not to study, especially with regards to prelims. Because optional has a subject of choice, people choose that and then stick to it. But for prelims, which is increasingly getting difficult, we need to know what to study, and more importantly, we need to know what not to study, because these days with the flourishing of telegram and other digital media, there are far too much information than we can actually retain, and people keep on studying more and more, and finally at the end of the day they do not have time to revise. So I'll just be very short and crisp and just tell you about basic about all the subject that we need to keep up, and it will definitely help with some bit of practice to get through. Now, coming to geography. Again, in geography, NCRTs are the best choice. More importantly, if you stick to class 11th and 12th and keep on repeating them, it should do fine. But to get a better grasp, it would be highly recommended if you also study class 9th and 10th NCRTs, especially the new ones. Economics, again NCRT. There is, most of the economics question are mostly from the current domain, but you should have a solid background over the concepts of economics. So macroeconomics tells you a lot about the basics of economics. It's a bit heavy book. I mean, though it numbers around 100 pages only, but the concept needs time to understand. And for other notes and other things about economics, something like a book of economics by Ramesh Singh or Shriram Notes Coachings is very good. Economic survey or budget analysis gives you about the latest trend of the current year. So it also helps because it actually helps more with mains, but having information is always good and it might help you in one or two questions. Environment again has become very important these times. Far many questions are being asked from environment than they used to be, especially because IFoS prelims are almost common, so there is a tendency to pick more questions from environment. Shankar IS notes are very good. They are very comprehensive and one must study them for getting a better grasp. Also in CRT of class 12, which has few chapters on biodiversity, I think 3 or 4, that may help you with the understanding of biodiversity. Polity has always been best covered by Lakshmikant. It is a timeless book, and it has, for civil services, it is one of the best books that we can read, and there is no need to study beyond Lakshmikant for polity questions. If you look at for the last 10 to 15 years, one can do every question if he has full understanding and full remembrance of Lakshmikant. History. For history, especially for modern history, which covers most of the questions that are asked in UPSC, NCRTs are very good, but spectrum of modern history of Rajiv Ahir is very good. It covers almost everything from one end to the another. But for medieval and ancient, which are very few questions asked, generally 2 questions at max, one can look at NCRTs, especially the newer ones. They are quite comprehensive and quite easy to understand. Now, while I have covered almost all the subjects, but they are incomplete in their static form only. They have to be complemented with the current affairs. Like you can pick any of the current affairs, Vision, Forum, or Rouse. Choose one and stick to it, because you don't need to repeat the information by reading all these magazines every month. You will read Vision and you will also read Forum and you will also read Rouse. It would not help you. It is important rather that you take one particular coaching and keep on revising their material so that it gets into your mind. And because they have been categorized in different chapters, so all the subjects that we have studied so far, like history, economics, geography, environment, you get all the current details about those subjects in current affairs. Now, test series, another very important aspect. You develop and hone the skill to practice and how you'll perform an exam. Plus, by doing a test series, even if your answer gets wrong and you cross check it, the four option of the multiple choice question gives you four different ideas. So if 100 question you are doing, it actually helps you with understanding around 400 ideas. So a full test series complete of any of the one, Vision, Forum of Insight. My favorite has been Vision, which has been helping me a lot. So I think that is all that I can suggest you. Try it once, and the key thing about UPSC is practice, practice, and more practice. And try whenever possible to also read newspapers, especially the Hindu or Indian Express, whatever is his choice. So don't spend too much time on it, especially during your prelims preparation, because some very few information are asked from it, but definitely they are asked from it. So you can even often find that the questions of UPSC are not directly related to static part. But if you know all these ideas, it will be very easy for you. I mean, far easier for you to pick the correct answer from the choices, even if you might not have actually seen the exact question. So this is all my suggestion, and I hope it helps you. And if you like it, then please look forward to my videos and like and subscribe. Thank you so much.